Alright, today we're just going to have to deal with whatever background I got. I really can't, I don't know what to do. The sun is coming in, it's just blasting right back onto the monitor and computer area which I film my videos at. Nothing I can do. But what I wanted to hopefully show you, if it will work, some stuff that came in the mail. So another full day of mail. This is from Byron, who has used some of the Power Ranger stickers I gave him. So that was interesting there. We'll see what's in that one probably first. Then we've got an autograph request. Looks like they were barely canceled. We have another autograph request with some more Christmas stamps. These are recent send-outs. And then we have something from Atlanta, Georgia. So that's a card purchase there, right there. We'll get into those here, and I'll show you this actually first here. You saw this card yesterday. Oh, the light's going to be terrible. We're going to do the best we can. That is the Bill Conrad card there, and then these are just happen to be two Bowman Power for Peace cards here. The reason I want to show that, not because I have 3 other cards in the set. I just don't know how to block the light. The shade is just, it can't. Let me try something here. See if this will work here. I don't know. Flip the shade over and see if maybe that will block some of the light. Okay, hopefully that will be better now. That is a little bit better. Now we can hopefully see. There's the Bill Conrad, and there's 3 other ones. There's the McDonald Carey I was talking about. But what I want to show is this page here. This is the Ultra Pro, like, tall boy pages. I think that's what I'll do for some of the Bowman cards that I have. I looked into building a set here, and it's, no, I want to say not possible, but it's not easy. Because a lot of people are asking $5 a piece for those. So if you went and bought these at $5 a piece, you would be costing more than a complete set. I don't know what grade that would be for a set. The other thing is that when I looked into lots, sometimes you can get cards for $2 a piece plus shipping, so that worked out to, you know, not quite like the price of what people are asking. I know you can get some cards for down to 3 and 2 if you do your homework, but those are ripped and creased. But the biggest thing is that when you buy lots, you get duplicates, and they throw in some nicer condition ones, which are nothing is gradable, and then they would throw in some beat ones in there. So buying lots is not the way to go, so you can't geez Mikey your way through that. Let's see what Byron has decided to send this time. Trying to get this figured out here. Again, do not show any addresses on here unless they're my own. Henry, here are some more stickers for you. May you have a good day, Byron. So cool. So yeah, so I got some, let's see what we got here. We have some celebratory stickers here. So these will be good for 2026. So that would be cool. That's great. I'm going to use those there. And we have some party hat stickers here. So I'll try to send those out for some birthday request or something. I don't know. I never can get people's cards out when it's around their birthday time. So maybe we'll try that and see what that is. So I'll put those on the back burner because I want to use up all the open packs that people have given me over the years. And we'll get those dealt with here shortly. And so we'll start off with this one here from Miami, Florida here. Don't know what this is going to be. In fact, I never keep track. I just don't keep track of them. But these are golf cards here. So this is Jeff Sluman. And I'm sure he has more than these 2 cards here. But we got those done here. And Jeff Sluman was a golfer back in the 2000s plus or whatever. I'm not sure if he's on a senior tour or if he's still golfing here. This is SL4. So that means that's his kind of, that's stat leaders. Is it stat leaders? I'm not really sure, but I think it says SL4. Yeah, it says SL4, so that's probably stat leaders. These are both Upper Deck products here, nicely signed there. I barely even prep these things. I do a little bit of stuff to them, but not a whole lot. And then this one here, signed in a good spot. It doesn't show up very well on camera, but on in person you can tell that where it's signed here. So very dark card there, but those are the ones I wanted to get done there, so that's very nice to have those. Always working on the golf cards. There's never an end to the golf cards. if you ever thought about that, because one set could be 100 and some cards, next is another 100, and next set's another 100 or 200 cards. That's 500 cards right there, and that's even before you get into the upper deck stuff. So you need to send out thousands of cards yesterday to get anywhere started. And then this one here, I guess I had two of the same card. I must have just sent these out very recently. I'm not exactly sure when I sent them out, but these are George Thomas. I couldn't remember if I said sign both of them or what happened, but that's all I had for George Thomas. I'm sure he's got other cards out there, but so I will figure out what to do with the extra one. I'll throw it in my binder for now. Played for the Boston Red Sox circa '66, because this is a '67. You never know when he finished off his career, but he started a career out in like '61. I had my magnifying glass here a minute ago, so that one there. So I think it's '57 right there, and he played for some minor league team probably. And then, you know, you see a lot of like LA and then Sox there, and or LA and I can't read that one. That's maybe it's Detroit. It looks like DET for Detroit. It's very hard confusing there, but anyway, we have 2 of 2 of the exact same card from George Thomas. I don't really remember exactly how those cards were acquired, but I have 2 of them. I want to think that I got one of them at the swap meet and didn't realize I already had it. I don't know. Sometimes, you know, you've got cards there sitting there for a long time and you're like, oh, gee, this guy signs? Okay, I think somebody got him in is what happened. Now, let's see if I can get this open here. Again, it's one of those dinky little envelopes there with something in that. I have an idea what this is. If I can get this out of here, oh my gosh. It's very, very in there. See, you pull on it and it does not come out. It will not come out here. So something is stuck in there. That's never good. Maybe it is good because it didn't move, but still. Taking me for, oh, because they painter's taped. How in the world did they do that? Oh, before they sealed it, they painter's taped it in there so it doesn't budge. What do we have here? I still don't know. I have a feeling this is a Doctor Who trading card. Again, I kind of went on a little, this is ridiculous how they massively packed it. It's silly, all that work to do for one card there, for like $2 or something like that. I really think it was around $2. I got like 10 cents off and I just said, yeah, I'll get it. I mean, sometimes you just let a card sit there that hasn't budged forever, and you always risk a chance of somebody buying it. But the reason why I wanted it is because it was serial numbered. I mean, look at the care that they took to put this together, put it in some sort of special paper here. And then, let's get this out of the paper here. And again, I cannot get it out of the paper here because it's taped to the thing. I can pull this out of here. There's no way to get it out of here. And rip the paper. My gosh. Get the paper off of there. Now I got to get the card out of the top loader, and the top loader has been taped. Oh my word. Who was the seller here? I mean, they did good, but man, a lot for just one card. Maybe they realized I was a first-time buyer and they want to do a nice job for me. But get it out of the top loader here because this just goes in a binder page. You know, forget the whole... I'm just double checking that's not a dented corner. I actually might have this card. I couldn't find the binder at the time. But you know, I haven't added any Doctor Who cards in a very, very long time. And unfortunately, you know, in the old days, they would have it to where you can actually see the serial numbers, and they made the serial numbers a big deal. But, you know, if you just looked at that card, you're like, okay, that's Tom Baker and Romana, or whoever that is. I think that's Romana. Or Mary, I can't remember who that is. No, it's not Romana. Who is it? Oh, I don't know. I cannot remember who that was. It says on the back here, but I don't need to go hours and hours and hours. But you'll have to trust me on this one. This is number 134 out of 199. Now again, these cards here can be around $2 what I paid for it, or $10 or more. People ask silly, silly numbers. Again, Topps is not the cards that you really, really want. You want the Rittenhouse Archives, but there was a block of years of Topps where they did all those silly stickered autographs, and there was just... the collation was so bad. You just ended up getting a lot of the same garbage over and over again. You know, and then you might hit a good one, number-wise, but it was not a good, I don't know. It just, I don't know, the card just didn't hit right, you know. It just didn't do Doctor Who the service that it needed to be done, especially with the classic ones. But I like the base sets, and I don't mind the parallels, the color parallels or whatever. And again, there's only 199 of this particular parallel in the United States and in the world, and for me to get this card for only $2 and fight out other Doctor Who, Tom Baker, Fourth Doctor, super collectors, I think that's kind of neat. Because what's going to happen is when Mr. Baker, who is already way into his 80s, once, he might be a super centenarian or something like that, it would be just like him to do that, do that to us, or for us. But the thing is that he if he ever passes away, then people are going to rush out and buy his cards and pay crazy amounts of money, and I want to get them before that happens. I do have his autograph, which I'm sure is legit 2 times, but I cannot buy anything. I don't know if I can buy anything ever since COVID and pandemic. He stopped signing, so that's from what I know. That's what I have for today. I cannot believe that I've already done 10.5 minutes of stuff here. Anything else I have to get through? Like I said, revisiting these old sets like these, there's the Bowman Power for Peace. That might be a relatively easy set to put together, but again, you've got to try to figure out what your best option is. Building lots, doing it off of COMC, going off to other websites that you're not familiar with, or looking for eBay and doing it one at a time. But even if you did it at one at a time, there's always a card with like American flag, or there's a Bowman set out there that's got a woman Marine in it. That one sells for a bit. Then you've got card number 1, and then some people fall asleep and you can get the last card in the set for next to nothing. They always say, oh, the first card always gets ruined with a rubber band, but they forgot maybe the last card. If you rubber banded the entire set, that would get damaged as well too. So I don't know about these things here. Again, I have to kind of weigh my options. The other sets that I've been showing you, the Westerns and things like that, those cards are going to be taking a while to get here. And again, I will not even be 50% of the set done, and it seems like, oh my gosh, again, trying to stay in that $100 benchmark under, if you've got like 50 or 70 cards in the set and you want to be under $100, it takes a while to find the right sellers and vendors and the right conditions you want. I mean, I can get any other card that I want, for $1, $1, $1, $1. I just want to try to stay away with cards that have rips on the front. I bought many of those cards back in the day, and I just said that's just got to be the end of it, unless there's some crazy reason to do so. And also damage to the back and writing on them, I have to stay away from those. I don't mind creases as much, and I don't mind corner damage. So I think that'll be all of it for Friday. So as a recap here, we got the 2 George Thomases, pick out the best one, and then just throw them both in my binder until somebody really decides that they need one from me. And then again, throw this in my Doctor Who binder, and if it's a duplicate, I don't care because there's different serial numbers and there's one less out there for everybody to grab. Tom Baker is not the easiest parallel card to find. Because I wiped out all the ones I could find on COMC one time, and they've never recovered. There's some still there, but they cost a bit too much, way more than $2. So I want to finish off with that one, and again I'll review you. This is the William Conrad from yesterday, and just, I don't know, do the best you can, and thank you for watching.